All right, it's been a couple weeks. I put this in a humidified closet with just a steam humidifier, and I put a board across the top and one on the inside, and I clamped it to flatten the top out and with the humidity, and I kept the humidity as high as I could get it. But anyway, I've done some work since then, and this is a dry clamp up. I'm getting ready to clamp this bridge on, so let me take it off. And so this is a dry run. I'll show you what work I've done. Let's take this off. This is the order of I'm going to do it. Cut some soft pine blocks so not to damage this bridge. I don't know what it's made out of. It's pretty hard. The next thing I'll have to put in this order is this other block. I got some tape to hold it on. So this is going to be the glued side. So any glue that sticks, I'm not going to glue this block in. Just pull the tape off. That's for the inside between the bracing. And then these clamps, I double sticky taped some glue blocks onto this end, so I don't have to worry about that. And then these blocks here are cut exactly the width of this bridge right here. The reason I did that is so they don't overhang so much and they don't have to worry about like cleaning up, because I really want to get the glue off. All right, let's take a look at this top. I'll show you what I've done. I'm not going to show you too close because any experienced Luthiers will cringe. But anyway, I'm not a Luthier, but I took the tape off. I put the bridge on. I installed all the pins and screws kind of like this, and those screws. And then I bought this X-Acto knife, Harbor Freight, and because I looked at the finish and what I had sanded or scraped before, this finish is thick. This is a 1970 something made in Korea drifter made by the Continental Music Company. They did not scrimp on that urethane. That is thick. So with all the pins in place, there's just a couple, I scored straight down around this finish. And then I took off the bridge, and then I had a score line, and there was still a lot of finish under there. And I scraped with a chisel. I put it away, but anyway, I scraped with a carving chisel I had like that all the way around, and then this way up to the line. And I could probably do some more. This top is fairly thick to me, especially back here. I mean, it's at least, it's over 1/8 of an inch thick. So it's a cheap guitar. It's pretty flat. I clamped a board across right here where it was bowed, and this part was high. Right here was high, and then now it's actually there's light through the middle, so it's actually low, which I think is going to be good. So I chiseled it, and then I got a small sanding block with sandpaper smaller than this, and I sanded all around. The reason I'm not coming in is because this finish around here has several chips and things that I did to it. My fault, because I didn't take as much care as I should have and could have. I'm thinking it's probably because a couple of things. It's a cheap guitar, and if I would have known, if this would be $1,000 guitar, I would have treated it like a scientist. But anyway, I think once I glue it on and clamp it on, I sanded this flat. Now, by the front, you can't, I don't know if this will come in, but there's some rough sawn marks here where it's still not flat. And I just don't want to make this any thinner, but it's about as flat as I can get. And it looks pretty good. The back side of the bridge here, I put in with a feeler gauge where all the strength is, and this is tight all through here, where that part that the rough sawn part is up here on the I don't know which side, on the treble side of the string. I can get a feeler gauge in there about 3/1000 of an inch. I'm not going to clamp as tight there, and I'm not going to squeeze all the glue out of this. I'm going to clamp this pretty firm and try to leave a fair amount of glue in there. So it's going to be nerve-wracking getting the gluing up. I know that. I'll get back to you. I don't want to videotape gluing this up, but I'll videotape after it's clamped up and glued.
Hi.
You say hi?
I'm me.
Yeah. Say, what's your name?
That's me.
You say AJ.
AJ.
Okay. So is it done, AJ? Did we finish clamping it? So, Tight Bond 3 Ultimate. I bought this Tight Bond 3 because, not because it says 3 on it, but it had the longest working time. I wanted as much time as I could get to manipulate this bridge before I set up. Yeah. So let's take these clamps off, same order I put them in. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's one off. You want to hold that for me? Thank you. You gonna hold that one? Yeah. Take that one off. Hold that one. And hold this one. One last one. There you go. Thank you. See if I can get this block out. Yep. Block came out pretty easy. Here's maybe some glue. There it is. On there. So let's take a look at this a little closer. Oh, thank you. So I got enough glue squeeze out that I like. Yeah. This looks really tight.
What's this?
This side I probably,
What's this?
on this side I probably wiped out a little too much glue. And I used a Q-tip that was wet. And I probably should have, looking back at it, the finish doesn't look as bad as I thought. Yeah, doesn't look that bad.
No.
Yeah, what do you think? Does it look good?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so said to clamp for a minimum of 30 minutes and these clamp for 2 hours. Says not to stress it for 24 hours. I wasn't gonna go anyway. So tomorrow, and I can see through this, tomorrow I'm gonna put some strings on this. We'll see how it looks. See if it holds up. But this side here is completely tight and glued. The back side, this side of the bridge. This side over here, let me see, yeah, here, where it was high from that is still, I should have left the glue in there. I shouldn't have wiped out as much as I did. All right, live and learn. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, there's a toothpick. So I put a little bit of glue right back in here just to fill that void. And shouldn't have wiped out that squeeze out.
Yep.
I just didn't like the way it looked. And this is probably not the correct way. Luthiers are probably going to complain, but I couldn't get that bridge any thinner and flatter there because it was rough sawn. It almost looked rough cut. and I shouldn't have wiped the squeeze out. When I got that squeeze out, I wiped it all out of there, and I actually used a Q-tip that was slightly wet, and I think it I think it actually sucked it out. So anyway.
Yeah, Julia put her jacket away.
This stuff. Yuck. Yuck.
Look,
Yuck.
I am looking.
Yuck, Jima.
Look, Pop Pop.
Yuck, Pop Pop.
I am looking.
Yuck. Yuck.
Look, AJ.
Yucky.
Are you looking?
Yuck.
All right, so the bridge is glued on. Doesn't look horrible. Took a few still shots I'll add. I don't know how to do this. Maybe this way. You can kind of see some glue, but anyway, I didn't trash the top completely. Like I said, I'm not a luthier, and I think if this was a really nice guitar and I was paying for it, I probably wouldn't be too happy with this job, but it is what it is for this guy. So what I'm gonna do now is I bought a couple products. This is some guitar polish and cleaner. I'll clean up the body with that. I was just gonna use some paste furniture wax, and I still might. And then I bought this ultimate lemon oil, some fret oil. So I'm gonna put this lemon oil on the fretboard and the bridge, clean the body. I may still paste wax. This fretboard, I don't know what this is. I don't know, fake rosewood or something. But I got some steel wool. I'm gonna clean this. Got some magnets down here to catch any metal filings. I cover this guitar so I don't get any metal filings on it, but anyway, I'll put this on time lapse and you can watch that if you want. See you in a little bit. Spin a little bit, release down that slope. Pretty good. All right, so cleaned up the fretboard with some steel wool. As you can see, there was quite a bit of steel wool left. You want to put something here to collect it. It's a pain if you dealt with it. So what I did figure out, or noticed, after I cleaned this fretboard, so between, I'd say, the 5th and the 10th fret, there's a lot of fret wear here on the treble strings. So whoever was playing it was doing a lot of work right down in here. The first 3 up to the 5th fret looked fine, and the 12th down, 11, but 10 through 7, boy. Anyway, I'm not sure who had this, but anyway, I think it looks a lot better. Fretboard. I could have cleaned it more. Up here, there's a lot of grime, finger grime. I cleaned it up though Cleaned up the back. There's a lot of scratches. And there was a lot of dirt down in here on the neck. Still see a little line. I'll get in there with a Q-tip or something. But anyway, and there was one other defect that came up right here on the, that comes up. Little chip in the finish. I didn't do that. And the bridge got darker. Looks nice. And not sure what the bridge is made out of. And the fretboard got a lot darker. Okay, everything looks good. I checked these holes. I have to, those pins are tapered. And I don't have anything to taper those. If there's glue in there or something, I'm gonna have to, I don't want to drill them out straight, parallel. They need to be tapered holes, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Maybe I'll get lucky and it's not that much, but tomorrow I'll buy some strings. Gonna string up this old drifter and see how, see what the action's like, see if she'll play. See you tomorrow.